could it be true about hanging someone on a tree? Like, I don't understand that one, but could that particular thing be the particular perfection of some deeper thing? Because I mean,
It pierced
maybe
my hands and my feet.
that too. Yeah. Could there be some perfection in that? Like some perfect irony somehow? The thing that comes to mind is like the tree of life. I mean, trees are very special things. And I know I talk about them a lot, but I don't think it's just my, like, I don't think it's just some Zach quirk, like just some personal quirk that makes me attracted to trees. I think that they're just actually special. Like, I think that they actually are here to speak to us. It's one of the clues of reality. Like, it's branching embodied. That's what a tree is, and it's seasons embodied, like flowering and leaves and fruit embodied. I mean, it's such a deep symbol right in front of our eyes, all around us, of life, and also dependence on God, because they can't walk around. They just emerge wherever they're planted, and they thrive. Why? Because they respond appropriately. Like, a tree responds appropriately to a constricted reality. Like, it can't move, but like, and to an extent we can't either. But if we would do what a tree would do in our own way, like, we would thrive where we are, like wherever we are. And so then to have that thing cut down. Am I losing you? It looks like the connection might be getting a little blurry.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
That sucked.
No, it's all good. I was at the tree part, right?
Yeah.
And like, so we've got the tree of life. I noticed it blurring up, so I just stopped. So it's fine. I don't think there was anything wasted.
Okay.
So we've got the tree of life. It's stuck in one place, and yet somehow it responds appropriately to life, and it thrives right where it is, and everything that it needs is right around it, and it's this beautiful, gorgeous thing that's a deep symbol of life. So then maybe there's something particularly cruel and ironic about hanging someone on a tree, or like
I see.
even a dead tree. So it's like, I'm going to take this tree, which is this deep symbol of life, kill it, and then plant it in the ground, and then I'm going to nail you to it. And I'm trying to think, like, what could be the necessary I'm trying not to speculate. I'm trying to deduce, like, what must be the meaning of this thing. And so I might not be right, but that's what I'm trying to do. So what is it to nail someone's hands and feet to a tree? If I'm nailing you there, I'm definitely, like, you cannot move. Like, I'm fixing you to this thing against your will. You can't move your arms, and you can't move your legs. And what am I nailing you to? I'm fixing you to the tree, which represents life. So I wonder if it's like, oh, you think life is good? You're going to claim that this reality is good? That's easy for you to say when everything is beautiful, but there are terrible things about reality. And this reality is actually not good. And so therefore I'm excused in my falsehood and in my wickedness, because what falsehood and wickedness is betrayal of truth and goodness. Well, this reality is ruled by truth and goodness. I mean, obviously, everybody knows in their hearts that, like, this reality gives us a way that we should be. But you can decide the way that I am compelled to be in this reality is not good, because reality is not in my favor, because God himself is not in my favor. So I should rebel against God, because following God leads me to do things that are so terrible that a good God would never lead me to do them. So then what do? is I take the tree, which is a symbol that God has given us of life, and I kill that tree. And then I'm going to nail you to it. Like, you want to embrace life? Here's life. And now you can't escape it. Let's see what you do when you can't escape life. Like, you don't have the option of falsehood here. How can you be false when you're hanging on a cross? Like, you're exposed. Whatever you are is going to come out. Like, you can't, you're naked before the world. Like, your soul is naked before the world in a moment like that. And then what we saw in Christ is continued faithfulness. Like, Christ was true and faithful to God unto death on a cross. Like, the most horrible thing. Like, I will still believe that the creator of this reality is good and that he is worthy of my faithfulness. What the sadist would like to see is, oh, holy man, you think you're so pure, you think you're so great, let me show you how brutal life really is. And then I nailed them to the cross, and they're like, I'm sorry, and they're screaming and they're crying and, right, like, humiliated.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. But then instead I see a man who says, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And all of a sudden I can see God is more powerful than the worst suffering of this reality. And that it's through our faithfulness during suffering that he's revealed. It's in our moments of greatest suffering that we have the greatest opportunity to glorify him. I've just betrayed him. That's why I'm weak. That's why I cave. That's why this feels impossible, because I've sinned against him. Because here's a man who hasn't, and he doesn't cave, even when he's nailed to a tree.